SportsLine rolls on here on News Channel 5 Plus. I'm Jonathan Hutton in for Steve Lehman tonight. And so the Titans with a big victory, 42-14 in Tampa Bay over the Buccaneers. It wasn't just all offense. The defense started fast as well. Cody Sensabaugh, who started for the injured Jason McCourty, coaches have been wanting to see more toughness, more physicality from him at the position. And he came into yesterday's game without an interception in over 40 games throughout his career. And on the very first play from Jameis Winston where he attempted a pass, Cody Sensabaugh jumped the route, knew the route was coming, he says, because he played with the receiver at Clemson and went back to practices where he was on the field with his former teammate and knew his tendencies. Jumps the route, returns it 26 yards for the touchdown, and Cody Sensabaugh had his first career INT.
My best friend Marcus Gilchrist that plays for the Jets. He had his first little girl a couple days ago, Sophia Gilchrist, so the touchdown was right.
So you didn't promise your grandmother a pick six? Just a pick?
I didn't promise anything. I just told her I was going to represent. That's all.
Ken's spoken highly of you for the way you responded to maybe some things they told you about the offseason, how they felt about how much you feel like you've kind of taken whatever they told you and worked on it and improved to the point where you started today, maybe that kind of play.
I think I took a lot of it into account, and a conversation I had with my cousin, Gerald Sensabaugh, during the offseason. He had an important conversation with me, just trying to work on the things the coaches talked to me about, just, let it all loose when I go out there and live with the results.
What were some of those things
that the coaches said? Yeah. Pretty much just going out there, playing physical, finishing plays, and just being aggressive, not being cautious out there, just letting it loose.
Good, I guess, to make you feel like so big play, I guess, really
I think it was big for us. Anytime you can create a turnover, big, and of course scoring helps. Our offense was rolling here. Eight special. We showed the country what we can be today. So we have a lot to look forward to. We have to get back to work and we have to approach Cleveland like we did today.
Did you think Jameis was the mindset that he would throw you a few if you got some pressure on him?
I wouldn't say throw us a few, but he likes to make plays and he's very aggressive and he doesn't shy away from the pressure. So we knew even if we got to him, he was going to keep coming. So we knew we would have opportunities. But,
was it something you saw through film study, or was it a situation where you just kind of saw the ball play happen?
I kind of had an idea the play was coming, and then also the coverage. We was in two-man, so I was able to undercut the route because I had safety help over the top. So,
what the pressure look like from the back in terms of with the defensive line?
Man, we got up early, and those guys they had to pass, so the D line started pinning their ears back. And, with the guys we have up front, they can really rush the quarterback, so it helps us on the back end a lot.
Titans win in Tampa Bay. Final score 42-14. Inside the locker room, I'm Jonathan Hutton with linebacker Brian Arakpo. Your debut in this Titans defense, a lot of pressure today on Jameis Winston from you.
Yeah, that's what we emphasize, and wish I would have finished with a sack, but it's all good. We had a lot of pressure. We got to him. We did what we practiced all week, and I'm very, very happy with the way we performed, both offensively and defensively. And this is a great game to start the season with, and now learn from our mistakes and get ready for Cleveland. But it was fun today.
What was the game plan against the rookie quarterback?
We had to harass him. We didn't want to blitz too much because everybody assumes that we're going to go out there and just blitz crazy. But I feel very comfortable with our front four, and regardless if I'm getting sacks, Morgan getting sacks, Casey, Klug, whoever is getting the sacks, we just want to continue to bring the pressure, and I really felt like we did that today.
Brian, Taylor was saying one win does not mean the Titans are back.
No,
but it sure feels darn good, doesn't it?
It feels absolutely. Anytime you win in the National Football League, it's a huge honor. But at the same time, we got work to do. We're gonna celebrate this for the next 24 hours and then erase it from our memories and get ready for Cleveland.
A state.
The Titans win in Tampa Bay, final score of 42-14. Inside the Titans locker room, I'm Jonathan Hutton with defensive end and linebacker Derek Morgan. I say defensive end because you look like your old position out there today in the backfield quite a lot.
Yeah, we had ample opportunities to come out there and rush the quarterback. We had an early lead, and we did what we were supposed to on offense, so we had opportunities to get after the quarterback, and it was good coming out of a three-point stance a lot today.
2 sacks for you, 4 by the defense. Just talk about rattling Winston early.
Just got to thank God for our early success, and we came out with a mission to get after the quarterback, and I think we did that pretty well. Took us until the second half to get to him, but I think we were harassing him, did a good job of that all day.
We were all curious to see if we would see concepts of LeBeau's system in the preseason. I don't think we saw a whole lot. So what was unveiled today that we didn't see through the first 4 preseason games?
I think we just had more time to game plan for them specifically. Going in after the 4 preseason game, we just focused all on Tampa. So we had ample time to kind of look at Tampa, see what they wanted to do offensively, and try our best to stop them.
And you rattled the rookie all night long.
Yeah, we did a good job of getting after him. We talked about coming after him early and often, and I think we did a good job of doing that.
Swap jerseys with Beltran Werner post game?
Yeah, man. Me and Vern came in together. We're like the last 2 guys from our class still out here, so we're really good friends off the field. So really respect this game.
Derek, who would you rather have as your quarterback, Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota?
He asked a rhetorical question. So I mean, Marcus did an excellent job today. Really controlled the game well. Kept a cool head when he had some adversity early on, but just really did a good job of commanding the offense.
Titans win in their debut. Switching gears now, going down I-24 to MTSU, who makes their Conference USA debut this Saturday at home against Charlotte, 6 o'clock at Floyd Stadium. The Blue Raiders coming off of a loss 37-10 at second-ranked Alabama. Rick Stockstill earlier today with his weekly press conference where he looked in review of Alabama and previewed the upcoming conference matchup.
All right, thanks for everybody being here. I'd like to start off with, you guys probably know, but September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we as a football staff and team are going to honor Colton Sheets. He's a young man here in town. He's going to be one of our honorary captains this weekend, and so I'm proud to honor him. I'm proud for him to represent our football team, and I hope it just brings some awareness to this horrible disease that someday we might be able to find a cure for. So I wanted to start out with that. Like Mark said, we got Charlotte this weekend. It's our first conference game. It's their first conference game. It's their first year in the league officially, so I know they're going to be very excited to play this game. They're 2-0. They won their last 2 games last year, so they're on a 4-game winning streak. They're leading the conference in a lot of defensive categories. They're giving up less than 100 yards a game rushing, about the same passing, about 150 a game passing. They're number 1 in total defense. So this is a really good football team coming in here. I know they're excited to play. They've got a good offense, scores a lot of points. That haven't scored as many this year as they did last year, but they've got really good skill players. They're very well coached. Brad Lambert does a phenomenal job. I've known him for a long time. He's a really good coach, and he's really done a great job in building that program. So I know we're going to play a very well-coached team, a very highly motivated team coming in here, and we've got to be ready to play our best game and correct the mistakes that we made last week, continue to build on the things that we've done well this year, and I know our players are excited to play the game, so looking forward to it.
Coach, you've been without Darius Johnson the past 2 weeks, but your offensive line has been able to hold up, especially last week against Alabama's defensive line. What are your impressions of your offensive line thus far?
I think our line has done a really good job. You know, it's tough to run the ball against Alabama. Not many people have had success, not just this year, us in Wisconsin, but last year's team. So, you know, we rushed for 90 yards. You know, we made a couple, you know, short yardage, 3rd and 1, you know, 4th and 1 there a couple times. You know, we converted, which is very difficult to do. We've given up 1 sack in 2 games, and you know, a lot of people have, you know, it's not just the line when you don't give up sacks. It's your backs are involved, your quarterback's involved, you know, so there's a lot of people involved in that, but there's a lot of room for improvement. You know, we're playing some, you know, first-time starters at both tackle positions. You know, Jalen's starting at guard where, you know, it's his first year starting, so been very pleased with their, you know, productivity that they've made so far this year, but we've got a long way to go. We can still improve an awful lot.
Coach, what's the morale like on the team after Saturday's loss?
Well, really disappointed Saturday night. Probably still disappointed, and that sick feeling you get in your gut when you lose on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. We practiced yesterday, and we had a good practice. That game's behind us now, but they took the loss as a coach how you'd hope they took it. First time we had a player cry after the game, and that's the first time we've had a player cry that I know of that wasn't the last game of the year. And that just shows you how much this team cares, how much that game meant to us, how much each game means to us. So, but the morale is good. We got great senior leadership. We got great leadership within that team, within the locker room. But we had, like I said, we had a good practice yesterday. You know, the energy's there. We don't practice today. I know we'll have a good one tomorrow. So I think there's no walk around beating your chest because, you know, you did some good things with the number 2 team in the country. So I was glad to see that we weren't walking around, you know, with some kind of moral victory type attitude.
Coach, you had talked about senior leadership, but you've also had been productive offensively with 3 freshman starters in there. Talk about how they have been able to get into the mix, and in particular, the way Chandler Brewer has played just as, you know, a few months ago playing a high school game.
Yeah, you know, I guess the freshmen are Brent, Richie James, and Chandler. They're been very pleased with them. The moment yesterday or Saturday at Alabama, the stage, you know, it wasn't too big for them. It wasn't too big for any of us, for any of them. There wasn't anybody walking around taking pictures, you know, before the game and, you know, wow, we're in a big stadium. You know, so they've shown great composure. They've shown great poise. They've shown great discipline in how they've played. And I think Chandler, you know, for being in the offensive line, you know, to being a true freshman and only being here 5 weeks, you know, has been very impressive. And I said earlier that if he'll continue to work, he's got a chance to be a very special player.
On the flip side, looking at Charlotte this week, they, as a program that started from scratch with Coach Lambert and going through their 2-deep, is it surprising with how many redshirt upperclassmen they have on their 2-deep right now? Well,
you know, he's been recruiting there. This is, I think, his 5th year. 2011 they started. So he's had a little bit of time to recruit the type of players that he wants in his program. You know, and I'm sure he redshirted a bunch of those guys in 2011 and 2012. So, Those guys, I mean, it's not surprising, not really, because he's had some time to redshirt and develop his team.
Is that kind of a bite the bullet thing?
I think, you know, and I've never, when I was at Central Florida, we were probably in the third year when I got there, the third or fourth year of starting that program up. And you're going to take your lumps early. They were fortunate enough those first few years that they were able to play some teams that they were competitive with on basically on their same level. So, you know, they didn't have to go, they didn't get thrown to the wolves those first couple years. So, but Brad's an excellent coach, like I said, and he's done a great job in building that program. You know, from a facility standpoint, they've got really nice facilities. From a recruiting standpoint, they've got good players. And then schematically, what they're doing in all three phases, you know, it's a good football team.
After the Jackson State win, you talked about being able to win the wrong way, but you did it the right way. Can you lose the right way? And would you say that you did it?
No, I don't think we lost. I believe you can lose the right way. I believe if, you know, you do all the things, you protect the ball, you play well, you don't have a bunch of penalties, and the team beats you, you know, you got to tip your hat, and they were better than us. You know, we lost to Alabama, but we didn't do the things, you know, that you have to do to win a game, and especially when you play the number 2 team in the country. You know, we put the ball on the ground 3 times. You know, the defense comes out and gets a stop on the first possession. You know, we complete a ball. We got 2nd and 5 or 4, whatever it was going to be, and we put the ball on the ground. And then the defense gets a stop right at the end of the half. And then the first play coming out of the blocks, you know, we put the ball on the ground, you know, in basically the same type situation. So we didn't do the things, and that's what irritates you as a player, frustrates you as a player, as a coach, that, you know, we played extremely hard. We competed. We played really good in a lot of areas. Individual players played really good in a lot of areas, but collectively as a team, you know, you can't do the things, you know, putting the ball on the ground like we did and have a chance to win.